Hello, Beth here from Williams Crawford, and this week we're doing something a little bit different and switching up rear wheel drive and rear engine for all wheel drive and front engine. Classified by their 5 doors, 5 seats, all wheel drive and of course higher seating position, these SUVs allow the whole family to experience that Porsche feeling, whether it's for a day trip, a holiday or simply doing the school run. So taking a closer look at the two vehicles that we have brought out today specifically, first up is the Cayenne e-hybrid Tiptronic S. So finished in beautiful grey with these big shadow chrome wheels. I think from looking at it from afar and close up, it is absolutely stunning. Before we even left the showroom, I was smiling as I noticed it has a carbon key and the spare is carbon too. So very, very nicely spec'd. So Harry, if you want to come and have a sit in the Cayenne, I think you'll agree with me that straight away it is such a nice place to be. As well as being a 4x4, you also get all of the comforts that you expect with Porsche. So we've got the extended leather dash, we've got the sports chrono, of course sunroof, which Cornwall's not quite given the weather today. So Harry, as you're now sat in the Cayenne, what do you think makes this Cayenne a bit more special than your usual Cayenne?
I think the first thing for me would be all of the different driving modes you get on an e-hybrid. So obviously, because it's got the electric motor and the engine, you've got the e-power, hybrid auto, e-charge, which, you know, there's more driving modes than either of us could ever possibly use in a lifetime. So you have all of that, and for a nerd like me, that's brilliant. I love that.
I think it's also, sorry, I was just jumping in, how easy it is to change between the modes.
Yeah, definitely.
Despite being young, technology is not my strongest point and I don't have the most patience with it, but we are currently sat in e-power and as you can hear, you are not waking your neighbours up in the morning, so that is a win. But if you would like to wake them up in the morning, it is as simple as doing that, and you've got your sports exhaust on and you get that constant reminder that you're sat in a Porsche.
Something else I've noticed, Beth, being a 2020 model, something you'll definitely like is all the different off-road driving modes it's got here.
So we've got on-road, which we're currently in, and we've also got the gravel mode. And it just switches between them to the mud mode. If we put the chassis height away, you can see it changing on the screen to let you know which mode you are in. And then if we go on to sand and then again rocks. The older models did have these as well, but they were buttons on the interface. So I think it's really nice that you get all of the electronic control. Of course, Apple CarPlay as well. I made use of that when driving it out here. It is just a really seamless and easy system to use. Much like the car itself, because the Tiptronic system is integrated with the electric power. So you don't notice any difference between the gear changes when you're going between the electric mode and the combustion mode. It is absolutely seamless, and I think Porsche have just, like they always do, the build quality and how this car is put together, it's just proper. You feel like you're driving a proper Cayenne, which is exactly what it is. I mean, adding to the comfort, we've also got heated seats. 17 degrees today and I still put my heated seat on because this car just wants you to be comfortable. You've got that elevated driving position. I can literally just imagine myself driving for miles and not getting uncomfortable at all. It is just lovely, especially with the suspension setup that these cars have as well. No compromising for your passengers because they also get heated seats. You've got your memory seats if you are going to be generous and share this car with someone else, but I can promise you for one I would be struggling to let it go after driving it out here. We've also obviously got all of our light controls down by our steering wheel, and then again our multifunction steering wheel and our dash across the top as you would expect. So finished in this lovely carmine red with the black alloys. As we take a look inside to join Harry in the cockpit of the Macan, we've also got the black and red two-tone leather interior and contrasting red leather stitching along the dash, which I think works really nicely. So Harry, you've driven this car out from the showroom. What have you got?
So, well, first of all, we've got all the physical buttons along the centre console, unlike in the Cayenne, which has the little haptic ones. Still got our off-road mode here. Still got heated seats here as well, obviously just all down here rather than up here. And one big difference between the Macan and the Cayenne is that we've got a PDK gearbox in this car, so the 7-speed PDK like you'd find in 911 or Cayman, whereas the Cayenne has its own Tiptronic that works with the electric motor.
So when Porsche first brought out the Macan, they advertised it throughout their press release as the ultimate vehicle for your intensive life. And I don't know if you can empathise with me, but my family definitely fits the bill for that. But what I think is great about these Macans, they are compact in size, but you still get that staggered wheel setup on likewise to a 911 to provide the ultimate driving experience. So if we look at the rear of the Macan, we've got the electrically operated tailgate, and then you also get such a good luggage space, so there's no compromise on space or size. Hopefully myself and Harry have been able to show you around the lovely Macan and Cayenne a little bit more. If you wanted any more information on either of these vehicles, please reach out to myself, Andy or Ross, and we'd love to assist you. Thank you, bye bye.